We're in the mountains, really high above city of Los Angeles, and over the ridge to this direction you have Mount Baldy, one of the highest mountains we have in Southern California. I'm Bob Barron. I came out here to the Angeles National Forest because I used to work here, gosh, a long time ago. And just a few days ago I was in Death Valley, made a little video there for you to look at because I wanted to enlarge the ideas from this book I've been writing. It finally came out, Life Parts, it says, by Robert Barron. But so I come back here to show you a little bit about this place because there is a story in my book about when I was a firefighter here in these mountains back in 1958, then even after I was in the service in 1960. So it's just kind of, to me, fun, interesting, hopefully for you to get a little enlargement. I can tell a story, but I can't tell the whole thing, in a small story. But so here is the Angeles National Forest, and out here we have a road that comes up from way, way down there in Coldwater Canyon. We fought fires here for sure, but what do we do other times? Well, we made trails. Not too far, if you go up towards Mount Baldy Village, and beyond that there's an Ice House Canyon. We made the trail up in Ice House Canyon all those years ago. There was still snow on the ground, so that's why they called it Ice House. Yeah, it was a cold place. But then when we weren't doing that, we were doing what we call pre-planning. So one time they took 3 of us crew and they dropped us off on the Glendora Mountain Road over here in this national forest, and we had to walk down the slopes. We would walk all the way down, I don't know, maybe it was a mile or so. We would measure the slopes as we went down and looked at what kind of brush and what was down there because we were doing pre-planning, how would this stuff burn, how fast, how steep, that kind of stuff. But then we got to the bottom, we were down in Coldwater Canyon, sat down there for our lunch in a really idyllic place. It's gorgeous, beautiful, so quiet and peaceful. And then what we had to do then was walk up this very road, to come out, and we got met by a Jeep, and again we got transported out of this place. So that was part of our Forest Service job when we weren't fighting fires. I just think I think it's kind of nice to be able to share with you that stuff, a little bit about when I worked as a park ranger in Death Valley and then working as a firefighter, because I have stories in this book about that. I think the next thing I'll share is something from when I was up at UC Berkeley. I have some movies I made there a long time ago. Gosh, it's 50 years ago, but you might get a kick out of that, I figure, and then it helps to add a little bit more to the story. What I wrote in here is one little part of being a student, but then we did other things, so I'll show you that in a few days or whenever I can. But my little book here called Life Parts, that's the front of it, right? Yep. And the back looks like that. It should be out here. If you look, it's on Amazon. They're selling it there, and maybe some other places. But I just wanted to share these ideas with you, and I thank you for even looking at this stuff. I started putting these videos on YouTube, gosh, been a couple of months ago, I guess. First a little bit of the exercise and some music, but all of it, all of it is really part of life. So I call this thing Life Parts, but it helps to understand, It's kind of fun to be able to, I think, to share, but maybe you can understand more about what a life is about. What your own life is about, but now you know a little bit more about what my life is about. Anyhow, thanks for looking. My name's Bob Barron. Life Parts is the book. Take care. Bye-bye.